welcome back. Do the Chariot, and I don't care if you get gold or silver. Just get one.
Swing low, sweet Chariot.
You can get rid of the cartographer, unless you really want the money.
Coming for it to carry me home. Actually, in this one, I'm fine with keeping it. I want to get rid of field funds, though. So that won't fuck me over. I won't do dual. No.
Whatever that one... Okay. Figured you want to learn about it.
Yeah, I guess. Alright. Let's start it up. Okay, so this one, I'm going to try to not be... I've gotten a little impatient since we got food. So, I'll be trying to get back to being a little more patient and fixing everything up.
It's,
Yeah, what's up?
I missed a reminder on my phone from 3 months ago to pay a bill.
The corruption spreads across the empire.
I got an app for my fucking phone to, like, remind me of this shit, and it always tells me, like, you forgot to do this 2 months ago.
Our destination is...
I don't know why I haven't uninstalled it yet.
And you're holding your phone right now. Uninstall it.
No, I'm on Reddit. Dom, if you woke up to find you are still 14 years old and had just been dreaming of what adult life might be, how would you react?
Surprisingly enough, I've thought of this before.
Oh, good.
I would quickly write down as much as possible that I remember of the next 14, so 9 years, so I can keep stuff in mind and try to game the system and do a little bit better this time. It'll be like the Goosebumps book, The Cuckoo Clock of Doom.
Oh god, fucking damn it, Tom! You and the goddamn. It's not even Goosebumps. It is literally just The Cuckoo Clock of Doom.
I love the Goosebumps, especially the book The Cuckoo Clock of Doom.
Yeah, that's the only book I hear you talk about.
Because surprisingly enough, Goosebumps doesn't come up much in conversation.
Literally not even like Goosebumps books, just books in general.
Okay, so despite being a college-educated mechanical engineer, I don't read many books. I prefer to get my entertainment and medium through more interactive video game-based means. So yeah, I usually don't read too many books.
Yeah.
The books that I have read, if book reading or something about them brings it up, I will bring it up.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
And I'm sorry if I repeat myself. I'm extremely forgetful normally. I'm especially forgetful from shit that I've brought up before.
Yeah, just like how you bring out Curry right back at you like 3 times in like 3 years.
Because, damn it, it needs more appreciation.
Yeah,
I don't get why people talk about Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and shit, and they don't bring up Kirby right back at you.
Sonic Adventures, like, I'm assuming we're talking about the TV show, right?
Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah.
Yeah.
Not Sonic Adventure, that's a different
thing. I'm gonna, like, get a lot of flag for this. I didn't like it.
No, you're thinking Sonic Sat AM.
Oh, yeah,
Adventure of Sonic the Hedgehog was the animated one that was like all weird and wacky.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, the one that was like in the 80s.
Well, they were around the same time.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw the one where...
You're thinking of the one where it's like there's freedom fighters and shit.
Yeah,
yeah, no, that's it. I'm talking about the other one.
Yeah. I did watch Kirby Right Back at ya, but unfortunately I had to go to church, so I never could watch it.
What you don't understand is Kirby, that's the name you should know.
I don't think you understand. I had to go to Sunday school.
That's the start. That's the star of the show. Steve is Kirby.
I had to get the ability to drink the fake wine and eat the fake cracker.
It wasn't a fake. It was a legit cracker.
Not mine.
Oh. I don't know.
Also, it's supposed to be like bread.
I ain't been to church too many times.
I have not been to church since I was like 19.
Even like before then.
And I think like the entire time I've always just been like, I don't really know if like religion's my thing.
I've been to church more off of obligation from a girlfriend than from actually like through my own free will.
Family obligations for me. It's like,
or I guess slightly more if funerals count.
Funerals, I think you're not really going to church. You're just going
to a church, but you're not going to church.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. You're not going there to like praise Jesus.
I've been to 4 of those
funerals.
Yep.
I have been to a fair amount.
It's weird because I have more grandparents than most people.
Yeah. I have a scar from the first funeral I went to because I fell and it was like, well, I guess we can't just, take him to the hospital.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw him just completely fuck up.
No, he fucked up and he killed one of the farmers.
Yeah. Yeah. I fell and I just have a scar on my knee and it's like barely visible now, but it was so bad, like I think you could actually stick a finger in it and get to the fucking bone.
I thought you meant an emotional scar.
I mean, that too.
Was it the bone or the white meat? Because people don't know the fact that there's white meat in there that makes it look like it's gone all the way to the bone, but it actually hasn't.
I mean, here's the thing. I didn't want to look at it. There was definitely white coming out.
Yeah, that's the thing. People think a lot of the times that a wound is to the bone, but it's actually just to the white meat.
I mean, I won't say like you just like stick a finger in and be like, oh yeah, there's the bone. I feel like you had to like dig a bit, but I feel like you could dig into it a bit and get it easily.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like really fucking deep. And then because of that, I had to go to my uncle's house and just lay on the couch. He's like, well, what do we do? Oh well, that's 70 kills on. Oh, Kelso, why did you leave?
Oh, Kelso, you're so Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. Alright, so you would just try to... So back to the fucking Ask Reddit post. You would just try to write down info.
I would try to... Because I don't want to forget about it. I want to try to get as much as possible because in case things go exactly the same, I'll have a little bit of a leg up for the next 9 years or so.
Okay.
I'd write down.
I think...
The Steelers won the Super Bowl in 2005. This team won the Super Bowl in 2008, so I can make some bets and go some fucking Back to the Future Part 2 on it.
Yeah. My thing would just be like, I feel like I'd be obligated to stop Trump.
Oh, I'd be obligated to stop a lot of shit, definitely.
I mean, here's the thing: is like I know like a mass shooting was in like in New Orleans. I know there was like,
You could add many places as a mass shooting happened in blank, and you'd be not far off.
Yeah, but I don't know the dates or like who did it or like anything. There was like one in Vegas a few months ago. I don't know when.
There was no way to prevent this, says the only country where this regularly happens.
Yeah. We need.
It's sad how many times the Onion has been able to retweet that same tweet this year.
Guns. What was it? We don't need to deal with gun control. It's perfectly fine. Mass shooting happens. Mental illness is the issue that we need to deal with.
Yeah, it's sad, but 2 episodes ago, Steven says, let's try not to get too political.
Dude, I've had like 3 drinks.
You have not. I have been with you this whole time.
No, you have not. Yeah,
you start drinking before 10 in the morning?
I start drinking at 2 in the morning.
Yeah. It's not great.
I gotta say, though, like, going through the next few years and being able to predict, like, yeah, I know what fucking happens in Breaking Bad. What up?
What's Breaking Bad?
You have not heard of the hit sensation from a few years from now? Well, boy, oh boy, do I gotta tell for it. It's about a guy. Do you know that guy from Malcolm in the Middle, the dad? Yeah, he sold meth.
See, here's the thing, is that you can't go too wild on it because you don't want people thinking you're crazy.
But when you're right, they'll start believing literally anything, so you just make ridiculous proclamations.
Right, let's just start, like I said, I want to just get past this, so let's just try to get to the end here.
In honor of Thanksgiving, who's your most ridiculous, weird, or creepy relative?
Do we really want to bring that up here?
I just like that one.
I don't really have any relatives that are super weird. My brother, I guess.
Okay, what is embarrassing to do alone but fun to do in groups? Drink.
Jerk it.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Tom,
do you mind if I be a quick one? Patrick has been into it that lately.
You gotta do a nice sesh.
Yeah. What's another good one?
You just... by the way, he's just reading stuff off of Ask Reddit right now.
Yeah, okay, fine.
If you could try to track back of when these things were on the top of Ask Reddit, you can figure out what date we did this.
It is literally the day after Thanksgiving, 2017.
You are just... Why?
I don't know.
Why you gotta do me like that?
Okay, fine. Tom, this is a really good talking point.
Yeah.
What subject is so fascinating to you that you can talk about it for hours? And then I want you to talk about it for hours.
Okay, are you serious right now?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So
Nah, Kyokyo.
I won't be Dodo.
Okay.
My friends know this. I may have like made 1 or 2 mentions to it since I've been on this channel, but I am extremely large and impassioned fan of professional wrestling.
Alright, go for it. Go on and tell us about your favorite match and how like it turned into the greatest tragedy of modern entertainment.
Okay. That may sound like Steve's exaggerating, but okay. So my favorite match is
it's much worse.
Is the 2004 WWE Royal Rumble. This is a match type in which they have 30 participants. Two people start out the match, and every minute and a half, or 2 minutes, depending on the year, thereafter, another person enters the match. You're eliminated by being thrown over the top rope and having both feet touch the floor. Last person after everyone's in remaining wins.
And they get like a $50 gift card to Achilles?
Something like that. They actually get a championship match at WrestleMania. So the big story going into this match in 2004 is that there was a guy, you may have heard of him, you may not have, by the name of Chris Benoit.
No.
Chris Benoit was a wrestler. He was in another company called WCW from about 2001 to 2000, from 1991 to 2000, and then he was in WWE from 2000 to about 2008. A hard stop at 2008, and we'll get to that. Now, the thing is that oh crap,
Try to say the citizens. You got a lot of help.
Yeah.
You should have gotten food though.
Well, I can still go to camp.
All right.
So here's the thing is that the whole thing was that he was getting held down by the executives at WWE. Like, that's the storyline, and he wants to prove himself worthy by winning the World Heavyweight Championship. To do that, though, he had to win the Royal Rumble, starting from number 1. That means that he had to be in there for almost an hour, at basically an hour at least, and then win the entire thing.
Now, before we continue this, Tom, is wrestling fake?
Wrestling is predetermined. Shit. Forgot I was starting.
Yeah.
If there is a
Okay, thank you, Tom. Now, what about the Olympic wrestling?
Olympic wrestling is real.
Okay, good.
Now,
and must suffer
like I said, the entire story of this is that Chris Benoit was being held down by the higher ups in WWE and storyline, and he had to win the entire Royal Rumble. And it's an extremely good match with really good storytelling, and he's just getting the shit kicked out of him for most of the match because he's tired because he's been in there for like an hour, and surprisingly enough, spoilers, I guess, it's been 13 years, he won. He wins the Royal Rumble from number 1, only the second person to ever do it, and the first person that did it, the Rumble was only about a half hour long instead of an hour. So, it's not as impressive.
Yeah.
I'll say yeah, like you know.
I mean,
now,
I heard the numbers. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound as impressive.
But, yeah, then he goes on to, and what makes it better is he goes on to WrestleMania that year in what's actually my second favorite match of all time. And he wins. And he wins the match, and it brings everything to a nice conclusion of victory for this massive underdog. And everything's great, and he's without a doubt my favorite wrestler at the time.
Keep going.
So here's the deal. The reason you may have heard of Chris Benoit is that Chris Benoit, like I said, he had a hard stop of working in WWE in 2008. That's because in 2008, he murdered his entire family and then killed himself.
Oh, I didn't know he killed himself.
He did. That was over the course of a weekend. It was the Saturday, and then the Sunday afterward, there was a pay-per-view that he was supposed to win another championship at. Needless to say, that did not occur.
He won by default.
And as such, it's, they don't talk about that match too much anymore, and it's a pretty big tragedy that the entire thing occurred, and, yeah. Needless to say, I really like wrestling, though. It's a lot of pageantry, a lot of finesse and art, and it's extremely fun to watch. And yes, I know it's not real. Don't have to bring that up.
It's anime without as much screaming.
It's dance, it's anime, it's so much. It's a burning rubble.
Alright, so Tom, I know there's one guy who fights with a sock puppet. I need to know the storyline. Or at least, like, he does a snake motion with his hand.
I was about to say, which one? Because there were two.
I need to know.
There's one back in the 90s where a guy had a literal sock puppet that he'd stick in people's mouths. His name is McFoley, and he was great. The guy you're thinking of is the guy with the cobra. His name is Santino Marella. His entire character was that he was an Italian stereotype. And he...
Go for silver. Yeah. If you can say the others, you can later.
He was basically a comic character. I'll just offer the rest of them food.
I mean, you might want to just save it just in case. You can come back for them, right?
Yeah. I guess I'll do that. But yeah, he was a he was a comedy character, and people really actually liked him because for the longest time, he was just this big underdog, and then he just ended up being a massive joke. And his thing is that he would have a sock puppet with him, that he would go ahead and if you put your arm out kind of like in front of you, facing upward, and then you hit your elbow, or the inside of your elbow, and that goes up, and then you hit the inside of your wrist, and that goes up, and you turn your wrist around, it kind of looks like a snake. And so he had his arm like that, up as a snake, and he basically hit the guy in the throat with it, and he'd win matches like that. And he had a stupid little sock puppet.
You didn't get that one up top.
At one point, he actually... I was burning building. Fuck.
Just decline.
Why? I just wasted food to come here.
Yeah.
Which we don't have that many of.
Really, really good that the burning building is literally next to the burning district.
Pretty much. And yeah, he retired like a couple years ago, I think. At one point, there was a wrestler that actually played a recorder and hypnotized the snake, like a snake charmer. Wrestling's fun.
It's fun until you get pile drived into your neighbor's house.
Pretty much. So we're out of food.
Isn't there a shop nearby? Oh, you have one. Gold.
Yeah, this is why I didn't want to do this. We're basically wasting another episode here. Fallen Treasure.
You can go left twice and...
This might but I can't, because since that token's on there, I can't do it. That's what happened last time. Because I have to beat all 34 corrupted first.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
That's why I was really bummed out that I freaking hit the wrong thing and now we wasted an episode.
Okay, whatever. You gotta talk about wrestling.
Want to do Falling Treasure? That's something new, and it might have money or food.
It is a kind of
Okay.
You see some treasure laying just inside the den of the family clock trolls.
Everything strange and wonderful.
Gambler's Jewel.
And yet the strong remain.
I can sell
You may
it.
try to retrieve it, but the claws of troll cubs are protruding sharp. You will have to be quick. Alright, that was easy.
This piece has passed through more
You retrieve the item, but the troll cubs are enraged at your intrusion in the cave.
even when the deck is stacked in their favor. Even when things appear impossible, they can be mastered.
Shut up,
Keep
master.
practicing.
That's not that bad.
Okay, let's sell this thing. Not map camp. Not map camp. We're just in so much freaking trouble here. I can't sell it? Hold on.
You unequipped or something?
What are you? Inspect. Add 2 to your final dice gambits.
Maybe you can't sell rings for some reason.
God, well, we're gonna lose this one again.
Just believe in yourself.
Or here,
You only lose 10 health every time you move.
Might as well do that, at the very least.
Yeah, get one more. So yeah, just slowly try and get places, and maybe you can get food somewhere.
Like Dirge of Corruption.
And then you try to ambush them, and then you slowly get rid of them. That wasn't good.
It wasn't.
Any other random wrestlers you want to talk about?
Let me try to think. I'm trying to think of good talking points when it comes to wrestling off the top of my head. Because here's the thing. I'm the only one in our friend group that actually likes it.
I gave it a shot.
I know you gave it a shot.
I remember someone threw piss at another guy.
Threw piss at another guy. You're thinking of Team Fortress 2.
No.
Oh. You crazy sure. You're thinking
Yeah.
of Overwatch.
No. It was at that one wrestling thing. Like, it was like, I don't know what the fuck it was. I want to say it was a hobo fighter.
Oh!
In fact, he might not have actually been a contestant. He might have just literally been a hobo that wandered in.
You're just talking about the wrestling show we went to.
Yeah.
I forgot you haven't actually watched any, like, TV wrestling.
I mean, I've heard enough. I've heard that I don't know. It's like one female whose voice just really gets on my nerves because I've heard it so fucking much because of freshman year with you guys watching it.
Oh, I think you're talking about Vicky Guerrero.
That one.
It's a lady that's her story is kind of interesting. I'll go ahead and get into that. So,
is it that she's from Mexico, Guerrero?
No, she's not. She was married to a guy from Mexico
Guerrero?
named Eddie Guerrero, who was one of the, in my opinion, one of the best wrestlers. In the same, this is going to be a bad way to start this, in the same kind of camp as Chris Benoit.
Oh, so then...
In such as he was in that company that I mentioned that Chris Benoit was in, and they were basically friends and allies. But at the same time, he was also, much like Chris Benoit, a smaller guy that people really, that the management really didn't get behind too much. Didn't believe that he was good enough because he was essentially just small, not a huge muscly guy.
Yeah.
He was more of a small, fasty guy.
I can dig those types.
And he was another one where they finally won the championship in around 2004, and everything was like super cool and everything was awesome. He had a lot of drug-related issues, and in 2005 he just suddenly died of like a massive like heart failure, and it was super sad.
You ever think like...
Vicky Guerrero was Eddie Guerrero's widow, and they turned her into one of the most hated characters in the company's history. And it's really weird because like she was supposed to, like, she's, if you think about it, super sympathetic. Her husband died and everything, but then like they just made it so she has a super grating voice and everyone hated her, and she got a really like long-standing job out of it essentially.
Huh?
Graceful Merchant. Ooh. Can you like give me stuff? Thank you. Your merchant says I'll be.
Oh, you can now sell equipment at the campfire.
Good. Let's do that.
Okay, so
right now.
there's a chance.
Oh, hold on. I just want to do this first before I forget.
Okay. Yeah, might as well drink it up.
I'm gonna use both of them. So I'm in a bad place right now.
Yeah, because as you probably remember, Tom. Yeah, you're right. There's no like dice. When we used to room together, the Mondays were when the wrestling would come on, and those would be the days where I'd like want to go to sleep as soon as I got home.
Yeah, it was good times.
I swear to God, every time the Guerrero lady came up,
"Excuse me," she would shout.
yeah, I swear I got like so many headaches from hearing her.
League.
This corruption is but a small part of it.
See, here's the thing. Once we beat all of these, I'm pretty sure we're still gonna have to fight that guy again.
Yeah. And this time, you're going to win. You're going to win for Ben Sanchez, the wrestler man, who may have done something horrible, but he was a legend for a while.
Ben Sanchez.
That one.
Yeah,
I can't do names like at fucking all.
Franklin, like, Cuba Gooding the Third.
What?
I don't know. There was a guy.
Are you trying to do my bit where I just mispronounce things because I don't know half of what their name is?
No, I saw a list recently of like a bunch of names that a wrestler was going to go with but didn't, and one of them was Cuba Gooding the Third. This was a Cuba Gooding Jr.
You ever think like some people rolled a chance to decide what their name will be and they just rolled like completely fucking wrong? That's cool.
Another name on that list was Mr. No Gimmicks Needed, Steve the Samurai.
I would have. Have they had a weeaboo wrestler?
They have a wrestler who's a Let's Player.
Oh yeah.
Xavier Woods.
Yeah, I know of him.
Of the channel Up Up Down Down, because they need our friggin' they need that 1 million subscriber channel needs some advertisement from this channel.
Yeah, we believe you in Xavier. Maybe like scratch our backs, we scratch yours.
Maybe someday you'll be as high up as us. Okay, we need food. I mean, I can't choose, but I just want to avoid the failure. Fuck!
I actually hate you.
You might want to work on this. Clearly you lack what it takes.
What do you mean you actually hate me?
We've been on this one like 3 times, and this might go to like the 7th time. Okay, this is fine.
Okay, let's Let's try to get this. This one I think is one of the ones where I can just...
Yeah, that one's easy. Okay, so you kill one, and it's one of the tougher ones at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to interrupt you while you're doing this.
Okay, and this one's the harder one. Okay. Whew, alright.
Okay,
At
so
least, see, this is also kind of going against us slightly.
What do you mean?
Oh, but no, never mind. It counts towards the corrupted
Yeah.
remaining. I didn't realize that. I thought we were getting rid of corrupted remaining
No, it's just
as well.
they just have the set amount of counters in this. And then we can just go there, and we have 0 food, so we'll only lose 10 health, but you'll have to do really good on the fight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we'll have just enough.
Yeah, this
we
is
need
it.
9 more.
Yeah, this is 9.
Okay, just
Because the first card was 4 and the back card was 5. I don't know that for a fact.
stay calm. Stay calm.
Do it one at a time.
Get out of
And
here.
trying to
Towards here.
probably get them one.
Okay. Go
on
over here.
one.
Go over here. Go over here. Go over here. Go over here.
And don't feel bad for keeping and using your ally a lot.
Shit. Oh, what the? You, friendo. Get over here. Okay, cool.
Yeah, now
Stop beating up some of these guys. Shit. Okay, whew. I don't know why that worked.
I think he hit him. Maybe you can actually stun them or something.
Oh. Good.
Whatever. You got rid of one more.
I'm hitting the button. You're all charged up. Why aren't you doing it?
It takes a while.
No, but look, his portrait's all charged up. You should be able to do it.
There he goes.
You should be able to do it, I say, remembering that I have to actually speak up.
Oh.
I keep breaking back down into speaking quietly, even though last time I was here I spoke too quietly and everything didn't have good audio quality.
I think it's fine. They could still hear you. At least I could when I was testing it. I believe.
What the fuck? I
And
hit the... Why is it when I hit the right trigger it sometimes doesn't work?
Please don't throw my controller on the ground. You know what happened to that N64 controller?
You are such a bitter fool.
You broke my save data for a game that I consider to be decent at best. In fact, I don't even consider it that good. I don't even consider it to be decent.
This was completely on me. I got distracted and I hit the wrong thing and then I just messed up. I'm really disappointed in myself. Why am I doing this, Steve?
Failing or playing the game?
Either.
I asked you to come. Well, you offered to come on, and you're failing because wrestling has ruined your gaming skills. You had to make a choice now. Do you give up wrestling to become a decent player of games, or do you just become mediocre at games to enjoy wrestling?
There's nothing become about it. I am mediocre at games.
I like to think I'm decent. I don't know, you're good at some games.
But most of them are stuff that you wouldn't want to play on the channel.
No. Well, anyway, everyone, we will see you next time.
Bye.